Okay, good afternoon, everyone again. So today is 19th of October 2020. I'm going to start the new lesson of public corporations today. The lesson material, everything I already uploaded, and they told you to actually uh, go through the chapter number 5, the public corporations. Here we go. So today actually we are going to discuss about this lesson, the public limited companies, public corporations, mainly the feature of public corporations, and we are going to understand the ownership of the public corporations and also how they control source of finance and the use of profit of a public corporation and everything. And if you have the handout, so which I have uploaded to the Google Classroom yesterday. This one, public corporations, that is our tube number 7, public corporations. So everything is there like a short note, features of public corporations, aims of public sector, reasons for public ownership, benefits, and what are the reasons against public ownership. Some people are there, they don't want to, they don't want to actually have a public ownership. And also we're going to talk about the public corporation, the nationalization and privatization, very important topic we're going to talk about. So public corporations mainly features a nationalization, privatization. It's a very important part, and at the end I have mind map also, which you have to do. Right. So let's go to the lesson. So in your handout, you can see the in our textbook, public corporation is there in the page number 35. If you have the textbook, you can turn chapter number 5, public corporation. This is a lesson that we are going to do today. So far we have discussed all the public private limited companies and public limited companies, mainly the advantages and disadvantages. If you want to recap that lesson, uh, we talk about the private limited companies, and we talk about the advantages and disadvantages of public limited company. We talk about the registration of the private and public limited company. We talk about the documentation and everything, right? So if you want to a PLC company, like large organizations are there, private limited companies. We talk about going public is expensive because prospectus has to legally, prepare, and then this one bankers processing fees are there, underwriting fees are there, advertisement expenses are there, administration expenses are there. So we talk about everything and talk about finally the advantage, disadvantage of public limited companies. At all, more capital can be raised. Shareholders have limited liability, and PLC exploit economies of scale. These are the main advantages. We talk about the PLC, not the private limited company. The public limited company is the company which is listed in the Colombo Stock Exchange, like this. You can see here. This is the Colombo Stock Exchange. These are the public limited companies listed in the company. You can see different companies are there, equity market, company data. You can see a lot of companies are listed in the Colombo Stock Exchange. 289 companies are listed there in Colombo Stock Exchange. These are all PLC companies in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, we have altogether about 7,000 plus companies, private, but only 280, less than 300 companies only we have PLC level, publicly, right? So that's the thing. So today we are talking about not this one. This is a recap about the lesson. We talk about the PLC have this disadvantage, like setting up cost is very expensive. Outsiders can take the control of the business, or risk of losing control. More financial information has to be shared. Regulatory control, everything we talk about that day. Okay, here we go to today's lesson. So my today's lesson objective, guys, mainly to talk you about the features of the public corporations. This is a department, sometimes ministries or public, public corporations, like business owned by government, right? So education ministry, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Health, Ministry of what's it called, transport. Different ministries are there, owned by the government body, headed by a minister. So everything we actually talk about the public corporations now mainly. the organizations, the businesses owned by the government. So their main objective is not to earn profit, but to actually maximize the social welfare. So private companies are there. Their main objective is to what privatizations. All lot of business organizations, their main objective is profit. But public corporations' main objective is not to earn profit, but to other social welfare things, providing essential service to the people like that. So you can see, getting started. In most countries around the world, some business activities undertaken by government control organization. Then they are not owned by individuals and often have different objectives. In many countries, public services such as healthcare, transport, and education are provided by public corporations. In others, commercial goods and services such as banking, oil production, and energy are also provided. Look at the example below. You can see this example, the case study, the Ugandan National Water and Sewerage Corporation. Sri Lanka also we have this kind of water board we call normally Sri Lanka Water Board, National Water Supply, and everything. We also have the sewerage department, everything. They are the one who actually mainly providing water for us. Everyone. My house also I have tap water, and mainly our drinking purposes, everything, washing purposes, everything. Because water is a basic need. A lot of I think most of the 100% of the people in the Colombo, I can see they are using tap water. But the problem here, the tap water we are find out is that is it good to drink? Chlorine is there, so much of like a purification is there, but it's not 100% pure. That's why sometimes people are using filters and everything, water filters and everything. Anyway, the government anyway have a good I think coverage because everyone needs water. Water is actually very important, essential part of our life. And the government actually supply everything into us, for example, all that thing, tap water and everything. And also we can buy from the outside also like American water and then different mineral water bottles we can purchase from outside. Like that is how it's going in Sri Lanka, but some rural area they don't have a water line, they have their own system. But this is Uganda, like a very the climate was also very hot, like deserted area, Uganda. So water is very essential because it's difficult to find. You can see water serves in Uganda and many other countries in the world, supplied by the government. Ugandan water supply, NWSC, so 100% by the Ugandan government. Its mission is to sustainably, equitably provide cost-effective and quality water services and delights, so and so, so and so they're giving. You can see the more important part. They have enjoy successful period in turnover wise because they earn 200, 320 billion Ugandan currency. And also, they actually think large increase from only 24 towns in 2011, increase account holders from 58,000 in 1998 to 530,000, double the 10 times increase the population within that time period, 1998 to 2017, about like 20 years. Over 2,800 people has also improved their productivity. For example, 36 staff to make 1,000 connections. This was reduced to 6 staff per 1,000 connection, like that. So improve the productivity also. Those days they need to have a 1,000 connection. They required 36 staff, but now 1,000 connection can maintain by 6 number of staff. So and so they are giving these things. So at the end they are explaining. I can see this nice picture. Can see Uganda, the boy in Uganda. I can see that how they smile. Can you see the African people, right? So they're asking this question at the end, 3 questions. Who owns and runs the Uganda National Water Corporation? Suggest what are the objective of the NWSC might be. What do you think the objective government gets involved in the business ownership? Why do you think the government get involved? To find out this reason, you can see who owns this. Anyway, the government owns this because private sector will not involve this thing. So you can see the answer here. Uganda government, they wanted to, who wants Ugandan government. Ugandan National Water Supply Corporation is owned by the Ugandan government and run by a board of directors, which is accountable to government minister. So it's owned by the government. Government minister is the one who runs the organization. Second question suggests what objectives of the NWSC might be. So main objective of the NWSC is to provide a public service. It has committed to the provision of good quality customer service. NWSC aims to supply everyone with a clean, safe water within 200 meters of all towns and urban centers. Okay, they wanted to give it for a service for the service provision of good quality service for the 200 meters, within 200 meters in all towns and urban centers. Now current coverage is about 78%, everyone has a water. On the NWSC website, state that the customer is the reason we exist. We do everything to the delight of our customer. Sri Lanka also we have like that. So, okay, Rohan sir, do you have any doubt? Yes, Rohan sir. Hello.
No, sir, by mistake.
All right. Okay. So that's the main thing. Organizations actually this kind of organization. Why government involving? Because private sector they reluctant to invest this kind of thing. They don't like to invest this kind because providing water is very huge infrastructure project and costly. So therefore, private sector organizations like private companies and public companies they don't want to invest this much of like a big project. So therefore, that's why government is there to invest this kind of projects in organizations. Yes. Okay, Ammar. Okay, so all right. Okay, question number 3 asking, why do you think the government gets involved in the business ownership? Government should be there, no? Like Sri Lanka, we have government involvement, you can say private hospital and public hospital. If you talk about the Asri Hospital, Navaloka, who owns that? Huh? Private sector. Ne? But me separate, parallelly, we have other government hospital also we have, like general hospital. You can see, and also every town there's a small government hospital is there. And mainly, so sometimes those hospitals are better than private sector. Because same doctors are coming to actually work in the private sector also after channeling. Right. Okay, Ron, it's all right. Right. Normally, private sector is that's why sometimes they're reluctant to invest. That's why in private sector, most business aim to make a profit. However, organization in the public sector aim to provide a public service. Sometimes providing a public service may be unprofitable. Therefore, private sector firms would not be interested in supply in the market. Consequently, the government need to run and own organizations so that the provision of particular public services can be funded from taxpayers' money. Also, from some industries like water supply are crucial to the well-being of security of the nation. Therefore, since they are so important, it is arguably better if the government takes control so the supply and quality can be guaranteed. So these things are there. Some industry like water supply and everything is very important. Like especially Sri Lanka, also we have different ministries. You can see where like mainly different subject. Okay? So mainly most important things are there. For example, let's say. Ministries of Sri Lanka 2020. All these subjects are, I can see, list of ministers. This is Sri Lankan thing. It's got English medium thing. This is Sri Lankan, the positions of Sri Lanka. All this is done by ministers. You can see Mr. Honorable Mahinda Rajapaksa is the Minister of Finance, Minister of the Buddhisasana and Urban Development and Housing. Because guys, housing is a why? Housing is a major important uh, essential service. Because what are the main essential services of people? Food, shelter, and clothes. So this is the shelter thing. That's right. So organized government have a responsibility to provide housing for all the citizens in the Sri Lanka. And you can see this Minister of Labor, Labor Minister, Mr. De Silva, and Mr. Pires, Minister of Education. Education is there. Education, we have private schools and public schools. Government schools are there. Example, like we have government schools are there, like Royal, Vishaka, Ananda, Nalanda, the Balika, and all that thing. But same time, we have full private international schools also there, like Columbia International School, British School, Royal Institute, Lyceum, like that. We have private sector school also there. And what else? Minister of Health, right? Minister of Health, Health Ministry is there, Mrs. Vanya Rachi. So, Ministry of Health. Because health is really, really important. This is like COVID-19 time. You can see how it important the health services and everything. Private health sector, everything can't control. Because mainly they're charging so much of money and everything for the. You can see if you go there and let's say one day in Navaloka, one day in the Nine Wells. Imagine one day the hospital bill for the Assyrian and everything. Imagine how much 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh, sometimes millions. But government hospital, they are not charging anything, single, everything free of charge. That's why we need like because everyone can't afford like that. Everyone has to, they have a right to live. Everyone, a lot of people, they have some problems, health issues are coming. So private sector is there for the people who rich and can afford. But a lot of people are there, general people are there, they can't afford that much. They are poor, therefore government hospital should be there. Foreign Minister, Mr. Gunawardena, is Foreign Minister. It's another thing that will have to deal with the foreigners always, foreign countries. Fisheries is another important subject in Sri Lanka. Fishing, because Sri Lanka is an island, so we have fishing and everything. So we have to, and also transport is Lokuki. Transport is another most important thing. We have Sri Lanka, both private sector and government sector both work. You can see government railway is there. It's like a monopoly. But bus service, you can see both private sector bus, private bus, and the CTB transport, like a government buses, and both are there. Other one is a Ministry of Trade. Trade also really important because there are government supermarkets like Satosa, and also private sector supermarkets are there like John Keel's company, like Keel Supermarket, Apico Group Supermarket, Cargill's. Everyone can't go to those supermarkets, so we must have a. The supermarkets are not there everywhere. If you go to rural areas, we can't see Keel's, Cargill's are not there. But Sri Lanka, everywhere you can see a Satosa is there. Satoshi Sri Lankan, the government supermarket. That's there. Minister of Wildlife Forest Conservation. Actually, no one, actually, private sector, no one was, they don't want to conserve wildlife. They don't want to conserve forest. It is, they want to destroy it. Because today also I saw in a news bulletin, someone actually, one guy cutting all the trees, very important trees, and they are taking for the timber. Today also it's happened. Every day they're happening. So this, to conserve this thing, to not protect this thing, we need some kind of ministry like this. Public services, provincial council, local government, to manage this administration thing, there's another minister. Minister of Mass Media. Media should be controlled. Kehelia. And then Chamal, Minister of Irrigation. Irrigation is another important because Sri Lanka is mainly coming the agricultural economy. We have irrigation is really, really important for the agriculture. Minister of Power. You can see electricity is another important part. Private sector involvement is very low in electricity power stations. A lot of power stations you can see Lakshapana, Rantebe, Randenigala, Victoria, Kotmale, Mausakale, all that thing power stations are from government only. Few private sector power stations are there, like example, valuable power Ratna from Ratnapura, one of the Damiya Peras power station, like that. Very few power stations are there, but 90, can say 98% of the power station, 99% of the power station owned by government. Highway, you can see highway projects are going on. Mr. Johnston Fernando is the person who currently having that authority highway projects. Sri Lanka, we have huge highways are going on currently. Colombo Kandy Highway, and then they are planning to have another highway from the Union Place to Peta. Okay, so reduce the traffic jam and everything in the Colombo side. Highway projects going on. Industries, Vimal Veeramaster, in means of industries, like different industries are there, Sri Lanka. Environment protection, Mr. Amaraveer, and then land, so much of lands are there, government lands are there, people are, private sector people are like try to take those lands. Chandrasekhar, and also means agriculture minister, we have Mr. Alutgamage, right, and Minister of Water Supply. Here we go, water supply, Mr. Vasudev. Water supply is one of the case study. Here we go. Then we talk about the Uganda case study. This is water supply case study. Sri Lanka also we have same minister, water supply. Minister of Energy, another one. Minister of Plantation, right? Ramesh Patirana, Minister of Tourism. Tourism is another Sri Lankan very important part, and also port and shipping. Ports really important. Sri Lanka Colombo Port Authority and shipping lines are there, and youth and sports affairs. Youth and sports, Mr. Ramal Rajapaksa, and Minister of Justice Ali Sabri. Like that, so different positions are cabinet positions of the government. You can see that these are the mainly public sector organizations. These are it's another kind of business we can see, but main objective is not to earn profit. Then what? What? Not to earn profit, but to provide the welfare of the thing. Subjects and functions of the ministries. Different gazettes are there, so you don't want to be done in that much detail. If you want, you can go to this website, cabinetoffice.government.lk. You can find out more information. So mainly, that's the main objective, guys. Today our lesson is all about this kind of like a government organization. This is owned by the government sector, public sector. Another name for government is public, right? Public bus, public hospital, like that. Okay. Here we go. The features of the public corporations: state on. State on is owned by the government. Government owns the public corporation. This means that the government appoint the people to run the organizations. You can see here. These are the people, right? Like
Wait, sir.
organization. Yes. Hello. Yes.
So the screen share is frozen, I think. For me, it's like frozen on one page.
Oh, really? All right. All right. Right. All right. Okay. Right now. Now, okay, right?
Yeah, sir.
Sorry. Actually, I talk about mainly these things. I'll go through again. Actually, I share another screen, and then it actually went on live. Okay, these are the. This is actually the, previously. Actually, I talked to you about the stream. Yeah. Thank you for making that that notice in that point. So that's right. This is the current cabinet ministers and everything. So public, the officers and everything. You can see. These are the Sri Lankan public corporations right now. Different cabinet ministries. Ministries mean one ministries have a different subject. So I told you, Ministry of Labor, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Fishery, Transport, Trade, Wildlife, Public Service, Mass Media, Irrigation, Power, Highway, Industries, Environment, Land, Agriculture, Water Supply, Energy, Plantation, Tourism, Port, Youth and Sports, Justice, everything. These are very important topics of the country. So everything actually managed by the organization. Like this is a government-owned organization, government-owned ministries. We can't say it's a business mainly, but anyway, the main objective is to make actually make the social service, social welfare of the organization. That's it. So mainly, this is the official website of the government, president website. So the administration, everything. So you can see Sri Lankan. Yeah, his official website and everything by the Sri Lankan government and everything. So okay, so mainly main features of public sector organization. This is the mainly you can see The features of the public sector organization: owned by government, created by law. Public corporations are created by law, act of parliament. And also, it is incorporation company. Yeah, it is actually, even though it's owned by a minister, he only just actually serving for only particular, it can be 5 years or something, right? He's only just a temporary person who actually run the organization. He's not actually not the owner. He's not the king. Okay? He will be like another other official. Like he will be having this office for a number of years, 5 years, 6 years. After his term period over, he had to go home. If you want to go to another election, you can come back. But it's actually incorporated state. That means corporations are actually separate legal entities there. So if someone wants to actually, if you want to do something, if you want to talk about the, let's say, if you want to go to, let's say, Minister of Education, and if you want to sue against the Minister of Education or something, or Minister of Health or something, you can't actually go and sue against the minister. You sue against the institution, against Minister of Education, against Minister of Health, against Minister of Foreign, not against the minister, because minister is just office bearer only, just office bearer. So you can't actually, that's why there's a separate legal control is there, organization and the person is two separate, like not one person, incorporated status is there here, not unincorporated. This means as a separate legal identity, they can sue and be sued and enter into contract with under their name. These things are there as a features of the public sector organizations. So you can see the third feature, fourth feature, state funded. These ministries and everything can be funded by government. They don't earn any money, so everything actually coming from the government funds, government treasury, everything they provide money for their budgets and everything. For transport ministry, irrigation, health sector, to pay the doctors' salaries and everything, medicine, medication, hospitals, charges, everything. Who pay the money? Government treasury has to pay money. So how government treasury get this money? From our tax. We have to pay income tax, we have to pay the VAT and everything. So those monies are returning back to those ministries and everything to manage the certain government organizations. And state funded. Provide public services is another thing, is providing public services. Most but not all public corporations do not aim to make a profit. The main objective is to provide a public service. For example, Air India provide international air transport, like public sector, like public things, like everyone wants that thing to provide. The private sector don't want to actually, sometimes they want to invest this kind of thing because of the large investment, like highway project and everything. One company can't take that challenge. So you must have some kind of public interest, national interest is there, government should be there to provide that. Public accountability is there. So they have, that means they have to produce annual reports, which submitted to the government minister in charge of the particular corporation. Its accountability is there. Each and everything must be submitted to the parliament. You can see Sri Lankan parliament, this government, there's a Sri Lankan parliament website is there. If you want, you can go, everything. And if there is a bribe and everything goes on, there's a commission for investigate allegations and bribery, corruption. So because that's the thing, everyone, the ministers and everything, they can't actually bribe like that. So you can see this logo, an owl. I stand for integrity. That's their mission. I stand for integrity. So mainly towards a clean and upright country. If anything is going on, if people are earning, like making bribes and everything, so you can call and you can again complain. So corruption, bribery, non-declaration of assets, everything. Different services are there. This is transparency of the government. Bribery and everything, the bribery commission of the complaints and everything, 24 hours they are taking. So you can see their website and everything. Commission for investigate allegation of bribery and corruption. Meaning here is actually these organizations have a public accountability. They can't misuse the public funds. As office bearers, they can't actually misuse the public fund. But a lot of time, most of the time, what happened? These ministers actually, they misuse the funds. That's what happened always. Most of the ministers are doing in, that's in Sri Lanka. That's one part why this Sri Lankan I'm not saying everyone doing this, but majority of the people they was like that. Most of the time they are misusing the public fund. They are making different deals and everything for different projects, and they are making undercuts, prices and everything. This is happening. The corruption and bribery is a part of the lot of government. Even not only Sri Lanka, India, same. You can see Sri Lanka for world. There is a international called Transparency International. Transparency International Sri Lanka. Uh, so this organization provide there are different organization, not only this actually. Transparency International, may Sri Lanka, not only I won't say this one, bribery, corruption list. Corrupt countries index in the world. Corruption Perception Index Transparency Organization, they are the one who preparing this thing. You can see Corruption Perception Index. They are measuring what are the most dirty countries in terms of the corruption around the world. You can see according to this list score. Red color indicate the blood means highly corrupted countries, and the yellow color indicate very clean countries. You can see if you go to the map, Sri Lanka coming under like little bit like a reddish than India. You can see Sri Lanka situation, but this country like Australia. Look at the Australia, yellow color. Look at the UK, very like more towards clean. Look at the North America. Look at the Canada. All these countries little bit like mainly very clean countries. This like a people like a gentleman. But look at the most of the parts of the country, especially Africa, Asia, and Russia. Those countries, you can see the corruption is a major problem in those countries. Especially Latin American countries also they have problems are there. If you go to the index, the ranking thing, you can see the different countries you can select. For example, if you go to Sri Lanka, so Sri Lanka rank is out of 193 countries, 198 countries. Sri Lanka is the 93rd. 93rd out of 190. It's like a medium corrupted country. Like that. If you go to India, India is 80th. That is like above us. Their score is highest. You go to Russia. Russia is a little like a 137 out of 198. Right? But you go to Australia. Australia is the 12th, right? Least corrupted out of that. So if you go to this country, you can see it's 12th. Canada score is good. USA 23rd, like that. So you can see the different countries and their ranks. So Sri Lanka coming under 98. That is like a bad side. Huh? 198 mean the most baddest, right? So view the CPI results. So corruption and everything, you can see. Yeah, this is the situation analysis overview. Mainly, what I want to tell is actually there is a public accountability and everything is there. Because of that, they were able to actually do this get good service to the country. Because of this, state owned, credit by law, incorporated, state funded, provide public services and public accountability. In a handout which I was yesterday uploaded, so you can go through this and you can find out the features of public cooperation. Then the first page in this box, state owned, highlight please, created by law, incorporation, state funded, provide public services, public accountability. Right? These are the main thing. You can see within bracket I give a short information also. Act of Parliament, incorporation means has separate legal identity. State funding money comes from mainly from the tax. Provide public service mean like NHS, UK, India like that. Provide public services and public accountability is there for the taxpayers. Right. Okay. So these are the main features. Now features part is over. Let's go to the page number 37. Here we go. Uh, the nature and number of public corporations around the world can vary in each country, although a great number of public corporations around the world exist to provide public services. There are many that operate commercially with the aim of making profit. In UAE, Dubai, the government owns a number of large businesses that aims to make a profit. Emirate Airline, a Dubai World, a holding company that manages the supervisors of a portfolio business and projects of the government of Dubai are examples. That's right. Sometimes this United Arab Emirates, Dubai and everything, majority of the business owned by the government. Okay, look at the activity number one. SNCF Group is a global company that provides passenger and freight transport services. It consists of the three enterprises, SNCF, and the mobilities. And also, under French law, SNCF, this company is a public industry commercial. It's a commercial industry mission owned by the French state. Its mission is to provide the nationwide railway network. And it says recently launched a range of projects. What are the projects they are doing? Provide punctuality for the people traveling to work. That's Sri Lanka never happened. No punctuality. Always trains are late in Sri Lanka. Ne? Make fares easier to understand. Make the rail system more accessible for all. So like that, these are the three projects they are going to do. They're asking, they generate revenue this much and then so and so they are given some information. First question asks you use this case study example. Describe three features of public cooperation. Describe. You can see it's outline question. What are the outline question? What are the features of a public corporation under this railway system in the France? And second question asking who will take financial responsibility for the losses made by CNCF in 2016. So who responsible for the losses? Government responsible. Okay, look at the answers. You can see this highlighted section. Using the case study example, three features of a public corporation. You can see it's responsible for providing national train service across the whole of France. It is owned by the French government. The government ownership is an important feature of public corporation. Another feature of public corporation is that they are created by act of parliament. So that's a feature created by act of parliament. That's another thing who owned by the government, created by act of parliament. What else? The power of duties of each organization are clearly specified in that. In this case, under the French law, SNCF is an public industrial commercial service company, which is a commercial industrial mission owned by French state. The third feature of the public corporation is that look at how they apply. No? They give the feature and then give the application from the case study. In this case, they have used this word. In your answers also, you can use in your answer to link the case study into the answer. You can use this word in this case study like that. So I saw you. I noticed when I'm marking your papers in the midterm also, 6-mark question. Some students actually link the case study, which I was gave that fishing case study. They have used in this case, like that. Right. So another today's 19th of October, like another 3 more weeks, about like a 13th of November. You have first term exams coming on that week, 9 to 13. So we're going to plan to give you on 13th, like a Friday. So which is coming from everything from the first term exam, which we covered up to now. We're going to test. So therefore, go through this when you're writing sometime 9 markers, 12 markers, and 6 markers also. Please make sure to write all as application. So a lot of students actually, some students write in point form. Never write in point form, you will lose marks for not describing or analyzing the case. So like, and third one you can see, third feature of public corporation is that they exist, provide public service, providing a public service. How they apply? In this case, the aim of the SNCF is to provide a nationwide rail network. It is committed to customer satisfaction and make a social progress a priority. It has recently launched a range of projects to improve punctuality for people traveling to work, make fares easier to understand, and make the rail system more accessible for All. Second question they're asking, who will take the financial responsibility for the loss? Right? Who will take the responsibility? Government, right? French government, because it's covered by the government. Right? They have generated 32 million revenue, which was 2.8% higher than the last year. It made a net profit of 567 million, big improvement over the 2015, because they made a net loss of 12,000. My God, and they responsible to go to the French government since they are the owners. However, it is the French taxpayers take financial responsibility for the loss, because all government services are paid mainly from taxes collected by the government. So at the end, who responsible actually is go to the government. That means government mean again taxpayers. First, Sri Lanka also same. If the government are making losses, Sri Lanka also same. So much of loss making companies are there. Industries, petroleum corporation loss making, Sri Lankan Airlines loss making, electricity board loss making, water board loss making. All the government corporations are loss making. So at the end, who has the bad loss? Taxpayers, us. Because we have to fund them, all the losses and everything funded by them. Right? So that's the thing. So those are two questions. So mainly today, I just want to actually my lesson objective is mainly introduce you this topic. Mainly, I want to introduce you what is public corporations owned by controlled by the government, and mainly we look at the features of the public code. There are 6 features are there, right? So and then we talk about two main case studies of the activity number 1 and activity number 2. Aims of public sector organization not to maximize profit. I already highlighted also in the case study, guys. Please take a printout, and when you are reading this thing, you can highlight this part. So yeah, mainly in order to wrap up the lesson, I'll explain you another thing. Public sector organizations are mainly it's owned by government. The government actually providing different social things. For example, let's say main non-profitable. For example, let's say if you talk about the Ministry of Health, what is their service they are doing, how many Sri Lankan hospitals are there, how much medicine they are doing, this COVID-19, how much they are going to control in Sri Lanka. So health system is really important part they are doing in Sri Lanka. Everything provided by the government. Okay? So like that, so much of capacity is there for the government. For example, if you go to the, let's say, Ministry of Health, yeah. So right now, you can see what is their service and everything, how much they are providing. You can see so much of information are there. Uh, Purchase and get medicine delivered to your doorstep. Uh, Coronavirus disease COVID-19 situation report, and so much of information are there. Amendment to COVID-19 instructions, everything. So they're in their website, everything is there. So hospitals, government hospitals in Sri Lanka. Uh, you can see services. Uh, so much of things are there. They are doing. You can see current project they are doing. Right, so web pages are they are mainly providing. So you can see this is the government organization mainly providing Sri Lanka, health issues like a situation like NHS. Go to NHS, uh, National Health Service, UK. Right, we can see they are providing everything. Medicines to A to Z, COVID-19 update, everything, site map, everything, need of everything. So it's all but it's a worldwide thing. NHS, health, A to Z, everything what you want to do, like A to Z. So many things. Anything. It's a national health service thing. You can see this kind of thing. Not for profit, guys. This is everything now. UK, everything care and support, everything. Social guide, everything provided by help from social service and charities. Uh, Everything provided by the for the organization. helping forums, care and support plan, financial assessment, different things are there. This organization, NHS, different things. So Sri Lanka also we have our own one. Sri Lanka we don't have that much of money to provide those things, but mainly organizations. You can see Sri Lanka for medicine history was gone to ancient. It's very you can see old hospitals are there. Sri Lanka from the ancient times onwards, and you can see the scissors and everything they're using for surgeries, operation equipment from excavation. So Sri Lanka have a huge history about providing this thing. Even for we treating for even for animals also, you can see this kind of like things that people can have that Ayurvedic medicinal things. So we have a huge history about that thing. Even the Portuguese, Dutch, and British time also Sri Lanka provide everything, all these facilities for the thing. So mainly, you can see Sri Lanka, the organization, the portfolio of the people. This is a Mr. Because he's secretary, and then you can see Mr. Anil Jasingha is a director general of the health service. You can see main financial officer, and then additional secretaries are there. All these are uh, additional secretaries, doctors, and then everything. There you can see deputy generals are there. So much of positions are there for different purposes. It's all about head office and everything. So much of positions are there, all doctors, in order to provide the everything actually in order to provide the good service to the government, provide good service to the country, right? That's why different projects they have different. It's all the office bearers. So you can see everything provided in for a good cause, guys. That's why so today my lesson also I want to mainly make sure that from this lesson also I want to make sure that this introduction part. So today actually mainly I want to introduce you what is meant by the public corporation. The public corporations are mainly providing private, which are then they are to actually provide social welfare projects, which is actually not private sector not like to provide. And we talk about the main features of public corporations. Like it is owned by the government, it is provided the mainly fund provided from the government, and providing social created by the law, have the incorporated status, state funded, provide public services, public accountability, and everything. Okay, from that we'll wind up today's session then. So next meet on the next day. So we are going to talk about the next day regarding reasons for public ownership and also reasons against the public ownership and nationalization and everything. So in your right, this one handout, you can actually the first blank you can this one you can features you can write. There are 6 features what we learned today. Please write down those features in this box given in the page number 4 of the handout today, right? So then from that I'm winding up my today's session. Then if you have any doubt, you can ask it from me now. Anyone, if you have any doubt, you can ask me or you can WhatsApp me in our WhatsApp group. I think Kevin only the person actually I gave you some homework questions to do. He's the only one who provided me the answers. So you can, if you do those homeworks and everything, please upload to the Google Classroom or you can WhatsApp me. So then let's see you on next day. Thank you very much for today's lesson. So the school is over. Then have a nice day, right? Okay, bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Bye,
sir.
sir. Thank you.
Bye, sir. Thank you.
Bye.